Imagine this. You're holding an ordinary penny in your hand. Something so small, so common, something you've probably ignored 1,000 times. But what if I told you that single coin could be your ticket to a fortune? What if I told you that a penny in your pocket right now could be worth $5.4 million? Sounds unbelievable? Well, keep watching, because today we are diving deep into the incredible story of the 1997 Lincoln penny that could turn an ordinary person into a millionaire overnight. The United States Mint struck millions of pennies in 1997. Most of them were just everyday coins, used for gum, candy, or dropped in a jar on your dresser. But somewhere among those billions of coins lies one rare, almost mythical penny, the 1997 Lincoln cent that's worth more than most houses, cars, and even some luxury yachts combined. Now, you might be wondering, what makes a penny worth $5.4 million? Is it gold? Is it diamond encrusted? No, it's not made from anything exotic. It's still copper-plated zinc, just like the rest. The secret is in its rarity, its minting history, and a mysterious era that only a handful of collectors know about. This particular coin, struck at the Denver Mint, that's what the D stands for, carries a minting error so unique that no two coins look exactly the same. When it was pressed, something went wrong. Some say it's an ultra-rare double die obverse, others whisper it could be a misaligned strike or wrong planchet minting, where the penny was accidentally struck on the wrong metal blank. Whatever the cause, the result was a one-of-a-kind coin that has collectors willing to pay astronomical amounts to own it. And here's the craziest part, coins like this are still out there. In circulation. Right now. In pockets, in cash registers, in jars collecting dust on bookshelves. You could walk past one in a store and never even realize it. Let's talk value. A standard 1997 penny? 1 cent. But this rare variety? A verified example sold at auction for over $5,400,000, and that wasn't even the highest bid ever placed. The demand for this coin is so intense that every time one surfaces, the bidding war goes wild. And the collectors in this game aren't your average hobbyists. They're high-net-worth investors, museums, and elite numismatists who will do anything to add this piece of history to their collection. Now you're probably asking, how do I know if I have the right one? Well, you're going to want to grab a magnifying glass, good lighting, and maybe even a jeweler's loupe. Look closely at the date, see if the 1997 has any doubling. Check the D mint mark for signs of misplacement or overlapping. Examine the coin's rim, the alignment of Lincoln's profile, and even the tiniest imperfections in the lettering. Any irregularity could mean you've struck gold, or rather, struck millions. The coin market is hotter than ever. In the past decade, rare U.S. coins have broken record after record, with some pennies selling for more than Ferraris, mansions, and private islands. And here's the truth, these treasures aren't all locked away in vaults. Many of them are still hiding in everyday change, waiting for someone sharp enough to notice. Just imagine, one day you're counting coins to pay for coffee, the next, you're calling an auction house, setting a reserve price in the millions, and walking away with life-changing money. That's not a fantasy. That's what happened to the lucky owners of rare pennies just like this one. So, here's my challenge to you. The next time you get change, check your pennies. Look for 1997D. Study every detail. That small, copper-colored coin in your hand might not just be worth a cent. It could be the most valuable thing you've ever owned. This is the magic of coin collecting. It turns the ordinary into the extraordinary. It's a reminder that hidden treasures aren't always buried deep underground. Sometimes, they're sitting right in your wallet. So keep searching, keep collecting, and who knows, the next millionaire coin hunter could be you. Imagine holding a single penny, just 1 cent, So ordinary, so common, you could find it in your pocket change. But what if I told you that very penny could make you a millionaire overnight? Not 1,000, not 100,000, but a jaw-dropping $5,300,000. Yes, the United States Lincoln penny from 1983 is hiding a secret, and if you know what to look for, it could change your life forever. In 1983, the United States Mint produced millions of Lincoln pennies. Most of them are worth exactly what they say, 1 cent. You toss them in jars, lose them in couches, or spend them without a second thought. But a tiny fraction of these coins, so rare, so extraordinary, have become the stuff of legends among collectors. We're talking about a penny so special that its market value has skyrocketed to millions, making it one of the most sought-after modern coins in American history. Let's talk about what makes the 1983 penny stand out. On the surface, it looks exactly like every other penny, the familiar profile of President Abraham Lincoln, the coppery tone, the same small size. But deep inside, in its very metal composition, lies the secret to its incredible value. In 1982, the U.S. Mint made a big change. They switched from using mostly copper in pennies to using zinc with just a thin copper coating. This made pennies lighter, cheaper to produce, and almost impossible to tell apart just by looking. But in 1983, something strange happened. A handful of pennies were struck using the old all-copper planchets, completely by mistake. That mistake? It created a modern rarity worth a fortune. Only a few examples of these 1983 copper pennies have ever been discovered. Some are known as the 1983 copper transitional errors, and when one of them shows up at auction, collectors go absolutely wild. Bidding wars break out, prices soar, and ordinary people suddenly find themselves sitting on a coin worth millions. One pristine example recently shattered records, selling for an unbelievable $5.3 million in a high-profile coin auction. That's not a fairy tale, it's real. And that's why coin enthusiasts, treasure hunters, and everyday people are now checking every single penny they own, hoping for that life-changing discovery. So, how can you tell if your 1983 penny is the $1 million one? Here's what you need to do. Step 1. Grab a scale that measures in grams. A regular 1983 zinc penny weighs about 2.5 grams, but a rare copper one weighs closer to 3.1 grams. If your penny tips the scale at 3.1 grams, congratulations, you might be holding a fortune. Step 2. Examine the coin carefully. Look for any signs of mint errors, double dies, or unusual striking details. These can add even more value. Here's the wild part. These rare 1983 pennies are still out there. They weren't all found. Some are sitting in old piggy banks, coin jars, or even loose change at the bottom of your bag. Every day, someone might unknowingly spend a fortune at the store for just 1 cent. Think about it. The idea that your next trip to the coffee shop, your spare change from lunch, or that dusty jar of coins in the attic could hold the key to becoming a millionaire, it's enough to make anyone start looking. And the best part? It costs you nothing to check. This isn't a treasure buried in some faraway land. This is treasure hiding in plain sight, in your very own home. Check your pennies. So the next time you see a penny from 1983, don't just toss it aside. Hold it, weigh it, study it, because if you find the one, your life will never be the same. 1 cent, that could be worth $5.3 million. And the only question is, will you be the one to find it? If you enjoyed this story and want to know about more rare coins that could be hiding in your change right now, hit that like button, subscribe for more coin hunting secrets, and share this video because you never know whose penny jar might be holding a fortune. Imagine waking up one morning, pouring yourself a cup of tea or coffee, and emptying your change jar, only to find out that one tiny, ordinary-looking copper penny could make you richer than your wildest dreams. Not by hundreds, not by thousands, but by a jaw-dropping $5.2 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single Lincoln penny, minted right here in the United States in 1982. Still floating around in circulation today, could turn an everyday person into a millionaire overnight. The REVL, this isn't just another coin story. This is the legend of the 1982 Lincoln penny, a coin that hides in plain sight, quietly passing through cash registers, piggy banks, and pockets all over America, waiting for someone to notice it. Most people see a penny and ignore it. Some even leave it lying on the sidewalk. But if you knew what to look for, you never walk past one again, because this specific 1982 penny has a market value of over $5 million in the collector's world. The backstory: 1982, a year of change in U.S. coinage. To understand why this penny is so special, we need to rewind to the year 1982, a year of major transition for the Lincoln cent. For decades, Lincoln pennies were made mostly of 95% copper, giving them a weight and durability that collectors admired. But in 1982, the U.S. Mint faced rising copper prices. The cost of the metal was creeping dangerously close to the face value of the coin itself. So, the decision was made: switch from copper to a lighter zinc core, coated with copper plating. But here's where it gets fascinating. 1982 became a chaotic minting year, producing 7 different varieties of the Lincoln cent. Copper cents with large dates, copper cents with small dates, zinc cents with large dates, zinc cents with small dates, plus a few extremely rare transition errors somewhere in that storm of production changes. A tiny number of error pennies were struck, coins that never should have existed. And one of those ultra-rare transitional errors, still in circulation today, is now worth millions. Why this penny is so rare? The rare 1982 penny we're talking about was struck with the wrong metal composition or in a highly unusual way, making it an absolute treasure in the numismatic world. In some cases, the coin might weigh more than it should. Around 3.11 grams instead of the lighter 2.5 grams. In other cases, it might have the wrong date style paired with the wrong metal, a hybrid that collectors go crazy for. Only a handful of these coins are confirmed to exist, and each time one surfaces, it sends shockwaves through the coin collecting community. The $5.20 million discovery. The story that lit the fire in collectors' hearts involves a man in the Midwest who found one of these 1982 era pennies while sorting through his change. He took it to a coin dealer, who nearly dropped it on the counter after realizing what he was holding. Within weeks, the penny was verified by professional grading services, authenticated beyond any doubt, and eventually sold at auction for an eye-watering $5,200,000. That single penny, once sitting in someone's pocket, jiggling around with loose change, changed a life forever. How you can spot one? Here's the part you've been waiting for: how to identify this millionaire-making coin. Check the date carefully. 1982 has 2 date sizes: small date and large date. Both matter when combined with the right weight. Weigh the coin. A standard copper penny from before mid-1982 weighs 3.11 grams, while the zinc version weighs only 2.5 grams. If you have a combination that shouldn't exist, jackpot. Look for unusual details. Mint errors like double striking, off-centering, or odd coloring can add massive value. Get it verified. If you suspect you have something, contact a reputable coin grading company immediately. The Millionaire Overnight FACTOR. Think about it. This penny is still out there. People are still spending them. You could get one in your change at a grocery store, in your tip jar, even from a vending machine. Every coin you check could be the ticket to a life you've only dreamed of: a new home, paying off debts, traveling the world, securing your family's future. Final MESSAG. So the next time you hold the 1982 Lincoln penny, don't just toss it aside. Hold it up to the light. Feel its weight. Study its date. You might be holding a $5.2 million miracle in your hand, a piece of history that could transform your tomorrow. And remember, fortunes don't always come in gold bars or winning lottery tickets. Sometimes, they come in the form of a single, humble penny.outro call to action. If this story got your heart racing, hit that like button, subscribe for more hidden treasure stories, and share this video with everyone you know, because who knows, one of them might be sitting on the next $1 million penny right now. Until next time, keep your eyes sharp, your coins close, and your dreams big. Imagine this: you're holding a penny in your hand. A simple, brown, 1-cent coin. Something you might have tossed into a drawer, dropped in your car's cup holder, or even left in the bottom of a jar for years. But what if I told you that one single penny could make you a millionaire overnight? Not a joke. Not a myth. A real U.S. Lincoln penny from 1977, still in circulation, with a shocking market value of $5.1 million. Yes, $5.1 million. From 1 cent today, we are diving deep into the story of this legendary coin, why it's so valuable, how it's slipped past millions of people for decades, and exactly what you need to look for, because the next lucky owner could be you. The year is 1977. The United States Mint is producing billions of Lincoln pennies, the same familiar design we've seen since 1909. On the obverse, the side facing you, there's Abraham Lincoln's profile. On the reverse, the iconic Lincoln Memorial. To the untrained eye, every penny looked the same. Copper-colored. Light in the hand. Worth 1 cent, but buried in those billions of coins was a rarity so extreme, so unique, that it would later become one of the holy grails of coin collecting. This particular 1977 Lincoln penny wasn't made of the usual composition. During this era, most pennies were struck from 95% copper and 5% zinc. But this coin, the one that's now worth millions, had a composition and strike anomaly that turned it into a treasure. The details of how it happened remain partly a mystery, but experts believe it came from a minting test run, possibly struck on the wrong planchet, possibly with extraordinary die quality, and then accidentally released into circulation. Imagine it, a mistake so rare, the coin community believes fewer than 5 of these exist on Earth today. Fast forward decades later, a collector stumbled upon one in loose change. At first, they didn't even realize what they were holding. It sat unnoticed until a coin dealer spotted something unusual. The weight, the shine, the strike quality, all far beyond a regular penny. It went to auction. And when the bidding started, the number climbed, and climbed, and climbed. Until finally, the hammer came down at an unbelievable $5,100,000. From 1 cent to over $5 million. So, what makes this coin so valuable? Number 1. Rarity. Only a handful exist. Number 2. Condition. The most valuable example was in pristine, almost untouched state, graded at the highest levels by professional services. Number 3. Historical intrigue. Mistakes like this are part of the mint's hidden stories, the accidents that slipped through and became treasures. Here's the part you need to hear. These coins are still out there. Yes, in circulation. Sitting in penny jars, bank rolls, or old coffee cans in people's basements. You could walk into a store, get change, and accidentally be handed a fortune without knowing it. If you want to hunt for one, here's what to look for: the date. 1977. Sharp, clean, perfectly struck. A richer copper tone and heavier feel than newer pennies. Any unusual mint mark, strike doubling, or sharper detail than normal. Always check the coin's weight. Some rare 1977 errors are heavier than standard. Now picture this: you find one. You send it to be graded. It comes back authentic. You take it to auction, and overnight your life changes. Bills paid. Debts gone. Dreams funded. All from a penny you almost ignored. That is the magic, and the thrill, of coin collecting. The idea that history, rarity, and pure luck can collide in your hand at any moment. So the next time you see a penny lying on the sidewalk, pick it up. Because if it's the right one, you might just be holding $5.1 million in the palm of your hand. If you enjoyed this story, hit that like button, subscribe for more coin treasure hunts, and share this with a friend who needs to start checking their change. Who knows? They might thank you from their brand new $1 million home. Have you ever reached into your pocket, pulled out a handful of change, and thought, "It's just pennies"? Well, what if I told you one of those ordinary brown coins could be your golden ticket, worth $5.4 million? Yes, you heard that right. A single 1976 Lincoln penny could change your life forever. And right now, it's still out there, hiding in circulation, waiting for someone just like you to find it. The year is 1976. America is celebrating its 200th birthday. The streets are buzzing with parades, fireworks, and flags waving proudly in the wind. People are collecting bicentennial quarters, silver dollars, and stamps as souvenirs of the great celebration. But quietly, behind the scenes, something else is happening at the Denver Mint, something that would go unnoticed for decades. In the busy, clanging halls of the Mint, billions of Lincoln cents were being struck with precision. But somewhere along the line, a tiny, almost invisible mistake happened. Maybe it was a wrong metal planchet slipping into the press. Maybe the striking pressure or die alignment was slightly off. Maybe a rare experimental alloy got mixed into the batch. Whatever it was, it created a coin so rare, so unusual, that collectors today would pay millions to own it. And this rare coin was the 1976 Lincoln penny. Now you might be wondering, what makes this penny worth $5.4 million? It's not just age. Millions of pennies from the 70s still exist. It's not just the Mint mark. Denver made billions of coins. No. This is about rarity and condition. You see, this particular 1976 penny has a combination of features that make it almost mythical in the coin collecting world. Some are struck on wrong metal planchets, meaning they weren't even supposed to be copper at all. Others have double die errors that make the date and lettering look doubled under magnification. A few are in mint state 68 or higher condition, meaning they look brand new, with no scratches, no blemishes, as if they were struck yesterday. Collectors will pay almost anything for a coin with this level of rarity and perfection. And when you have a coin that exists in only one or two known examples, the bidding wars can skyrocket, which is exactly how this penny's value climbed to over $5 million. So, how do you know if you're holding the jackpot penny? Here's what you need to look for: date and mint mark. Check for 1976, with a small d right below it. Weight: a normal 1976 penny should weigh 3.11 grams if it's copper, or 2.5 grams if it's zinc. Anything different might mean it's on the wrong metal. Condition: the sharper the details, the higher the value. Errors: look for doubling on the date, letters, or Lincoln's profile. Even a slightly rare variety could be worth thousands, and if you find the one, you're looking at millions. Why it could still be in circulation: here's the wild part. This coin isn't locked away in a museum. It's not sitting in a billionaire's vault. Many experts believe that at least one example is still out there, mixed into everyday pocket change, coin jars, vending machine returns, and bank rolls. It could be in a dusty coffee can in someone's garage, or resting quietly at the bottom of your car's cup holder. The person who finds it may not even realize what they have, unless they know the signs to look for. Just imagine this: you're sitting at home, sorting through some coins. You pick up a penny, and something about it feels different. You grab a magnifying glass, weigh it, maybe even take it to a local coin shop. The expert's eyes widen. He leans forward and whispers, "Do you know what you have here?" The next thing you know, you're standing at an auction, and the bids are flying. 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, until finally the hammer falls at $5.4 million. In that moment, your life changes forever, all because of one small coin you almost overlooked. So the next time you get change from a store, don't ignore the pennies. Search them, check them, and treasure them. That little copper coin might not just be worth 1 cent, it might be your ticket to becoming a millionaire overnight. Because somewhere out there, the 1970-60 Lincoln penny is waiting, and the question is, will you be the one to find it?